Welcome back. So today we're going to talk about manifesting an SP. I haven't ever made a video on how to manifest your SP because I said before on this channel many times that overall I tend to only make videos on things that I used to struggle with, and I'm basically making videos for my past self and I'm giving advice to my past self because I assume that some of you guys are in the exact same position as I was. The problem is that I never really had a problem with manifesting people, manifesting SPs, manifesting certain people to do something or certain people to say something. I have never in my life, or this manifestation life, really had that trouble with manifesting an SP. So I never really made a video about it because, again, I don't really need the advice. So I can manifest an SP, I can manifest people. And again, when I mean SP, I don't mean like, it doesn't have to be romantic. It can just be like, you know, your friend or your family saying something or doing something, or you want them to do something. I have never, ever had a problem with this. I can do it incredibly easily. So today we're going to talk about that, and I'm going to try keeping this video as short as I can. But before this video starts, I did finally start a coaching service. The coaching service will be at the top of the description. It is a group chat with me, with the direct access to me. There's hardly anyone in there right now. I think there's no one in there because I just started yesterday. So if you do want to get one-on-one coaching with me, well, technically one-on-one coaching with me, click the first link in the description and sign up. It's on school.com. And I highly recommend getting the annual one because the annual one you can actually save 34% and you can just stay there for the entire year rather than being a subscription thing. So check that out if you do want straight up like coaching with me and I can get into a direct contact with you. So top of the description, check it out. But yeah, let's get into the video. So how do you manifest an SP? Well, it's very simple. The same way you manifest literally everything. Your dominant assumption, you change your dominant assumption about your SP. You change the way you see your SP, you change the way you think about yourself with the SP. So a few ways to do this is I would highly, highly, highly recommend a visualization session. Just do a 10-minute visualization one time, just one time, and have it in your head and replay that as much as you can. Again, Neville Goddard used to promote the ladder experiment. The ladder experiment is you do a visualization and throughout the day you affirm to yourself and you remind yourself of the visualization. That is how I manifested all of my SPs, or if I wanted someone to say something or if I wanted someone to do something, I would always do that. I do a 10-minute visualization. You can do it every day if you want to. I usually do it like once every 2 days until I get it, of course. Either way, what I do is I do a 10-minute visualization, and then throughout the day, I loop it in my head for a few times, maybe like, you know, I will say, what does it really say? Like, there's a guaranteed amount of time I do it, but usually whenever I have free time, instead of listening to music, I just loop it in my head. And I just loop the visualization of me hearing someone say something and hearing someone do something or give me something. I loop it in my head and I keep looping it until I feel like it's natural. Because again, when it comes to any dominant assumption, your goal is to make it feel, again, dominant, your natural state. You're right there, like you have it immediately accessible to you now. Your goal is to affirm to yourself that you have the SP until, and you can robotically affirm as well. I think robotic affirmations and robotic visualization, or like image visualization, both of those are like the main two you want to do. I highly don't recommend you do scripting or you do feel it real or any of that. You don't need to do any of that. I don't think you should do feelings or emotions and all that stuff like I say in every single one of my videos. Your goal should just be to loop the news story in your head until it is dominant and it will manifest. How do you know that your SP and you visualization of your SP loving you? How do you know that it is becoming your dominant state? Do the intruder technique or do something like an interview. I was watching some other YouTuber talk about this interview that I guess is kind of also, it also kind of works. The way you do it is throughout the day, imagine someone interviewing you or someone calling you right now at this very second, asking you, do you have your SP? And if your first answer is still the old story, then you are still dwelling in the old story and you don't have your SP and you won't get your SP and you're doing it wrong. Your goal is to make sure that if anyone calls you, again in your visualization, or someone wants to interview you and they ask you, are you single or are you loved? And your goal is, and your answer is still the old story, that means you're doing it wrong. Your goal is to make sure that if anyone asks you about the new story, about your SP, and they ask you, do you have your SP? Your goal is to answer with the new story first in your head, not in real life, of course. You don't want to sound like a crazy person. First thing in your head, I have them. Once you do that, once you start catching yourself and you are saying the new story more and more and you drill that new story into your head, that is when you will manifest your SP. Right there. You have to do that. And I bet you 99% of you who say, I don't have my SP and I've been doing this for months. Yeah, that's because you saying, I don't have my SP and I've been doing this for months, that is your story. If I interviewed you right now and asked you, how's your manifesting SP journey going for you? You would say, I've been manifesting my SP for months and it hasn't been here. That's your current story. That's your current story. You are whatever your dominant assumption is. You are whatever you are in your imagination. And if you are the person in your imagination naturally having your SP, and your SP is constantly calling you and contacting you, sending you messages, sending you, TikToks and Instagram reels, and they are obsessed with you, if they are like that in your imagination, they have no choice but to do that in real life. They have no choice but to reflect. And they don't have any free will because, again, your current SP and the circumstances that you're in right now with your current SP, they had no choice but to do that. They had no free will but to do that. You manifested that. You manifested them rejecting you. You manifested them not liking you. You manifested them blocking you. But because they don't have any free will, because, again, free will is a insane, crazy paradox, you can manifest them loving you. The way to do that is in your head, you become the person that they're into. And this is also self-concept in many ways. Your self-concept of yourself. If you see yourself as a person who is loved by this person, you will get that. Again, that's why scripture says, I and the Father are one. I means physical 3D world. Father means imagination. Whoever you are in imagination, whoever the Father thinks you are in imagination, that will be externalized in your reality. And I can't shake that into you guys' heads enough. You have to lock in. You have to change who you are in your imagination. That's all you have to do. You can do that with robotic affirmations, which is like the number one technique in the world right now. Everyone loves robotic affirmations. You can do robotic image affirmation, like where you see an image every time you affirm. Your goal is not to waver. And again, the golden rule, just affirm, don't waver. Okay? So when it comes to SP, lock in. In your head, do not waver. Affirm like you're a psycho, like you're the Joker or Harley Quinn in a goddamn prison, and you're about to put a phone into someone's stomach and blow up the entire jail cell. Like, affirm like that. Like you're about to blow up a hospital any second. Like, affirm crazy. And you'll know you're doing it right when you do the intruder technique or the interview technique and someone is asking you right now, do you have your SP? And if your natural reaction is, yes, I have my SP, you are doing this correctly. Until you get to that position, I want none of you complaining, oh, I don't have my SP. That's an affirmation. I don't have my SP. That's my affirmation. So affirm the opposite. Affirm, I have my SP. Robotically affirm that. Visualize that you can stay akin to sleep it. I don't recommend scripting or the O method or talking to your water and all that nonsense. I think those are pretty stupid techniques in my opinion, but if that works for you, sure, whatever. But yeah, lock in. That's how you get your SP. And again, if you want me to dig deeper into your circumstances, again, check out my link below. Get the coaching. I can talk to you guys. I can get your circumstances in better detail, and I can tell you exactly what to do step by step. So if you are someone who wants to really lock in and you really want to get your desire, click the link down below and get coaching with me. But yeah, anyways, that's for today's video. Please lock in. Please change your dominant assumption about your SP. Change your natural assumption with your SP. Do the intruder technique and the interview technique so you can tell if you're doing this properly. And if you still don't get your SP, then please buy my one-on-one coaching with me down below. Please buy that so I can actually help you. But you guys probably don't need that. If you just do that, I promise you will get it. But yeah. Anyways, that's for today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, peace out.